Good morning, everybody. Up a dirt road again, although again, I'm inside because it's been wild and woolly here for a couple of weeks. And so again, I'm doing this recording, this video up a virtual dirt road. Those who are seeing the video can see the dirt road in the background. Um, the topic I chose for today is called Free for the Sake of Love. And it's a big topic, and I'm going to write more on this, I think. But I wanted to put this idea forward and would love to get your feedback. And it's really about the idea of the possibility of the vulnerability of God. Now, I think those of you who have listened to these videos understand that the non-dual model of existence, the non-dual model, is important to me. And I love the insight that gives us about our experience of life. And by nature, because we are limited in the dual world to our senses, our mind, our experience, uh, our perceptions, our emotions, then we're limited. We actually may not understand anything about the total reality from which we arise, the consciousness, awareness, God, and I use those interchangeably, from which we arise. But I wanted to have a stab at something that's important to me, and that is in the non-dual world. Often people speak of the reason why God awareness created the dualistic world is so that God could experience itself. Awareness could experience itself. And though I get the logic of that, and it's certainly consistent with a non-dual, that is, there is just one. We are all part of the one. I I find it difficult to use that wording, and it doesn't quite line up with my experience, because my experience is first that we are in fact part of the one. In fact, I am that. Now it's a bit difficult, particularly in the West, to say it's easier to say I am that than I am God. So if you start talking about I am God, people start to wonder about your sanity. Um, so I am that, I am awareness, I am the consciousness from which I arise. They seem to work better than saying I am God. No, I get it. And though I believe my experience is that that is true, I I think to say that God created, awareness created in order to experience itself doesn't quite hit the mark. I think it's more accurate to say that the fundamental existence of God is love. The intrinsic nature of awareness is love. And love calls out for relationship, expression, loving another, loving self. Now, I think theorists in the non-dual world will say, well, God can't, the nature of awareness is only one, not two. My sense is that both can exist without uh, logically contradicting the idea that we all arise from the one. We are the one. But love, by its nature, I think, begins with freedom. And we are therefore free to learn the full dimension of love. And that is in relationship. Now, my closest analogy, or it's not an analogy, my closest experience of that is with my children. With my children, the idea that we are fundamentally not separate is way, way easier than with perhaps others in the world. When I relate with my children, who are now all grown, it's really clear they are absolutely unique. Came through me, not because of me, through us, my wife and I. They are absolutely unique and express their nature in all kinds of unique ways. But there is no doubt from my experience that there is no separation. There is a part of me which is exactly connected to and essentially the same as the part within them. When I experience that, I feel no separation, yet I can celebrate the unique ways of expressing. So then the next step is really the work of our life, I think, which is to recognize, in fact, all things, all other humans are not other in the sense that we actually arise from the very same essential awareness. We are not separate, yet I can express love and receive love in a relationship that expresses the nature of love. It seems to me the nature of love calls out for part of it is to be expressed and therefore received. And that, I think, is more accurate, certainly of my experience of the nature of awareness, than to say God is experiencing itself. So something to contemplate. There's so much that I know in relation to free will, etc. But I just wanted to put that out there for you to contemplate. And I wanted to just read you a poem I wrote, which I think touches on some of this. Um, and I'm just looking for it here. And here's the poem. It's called The Gossamer. The song line joining freedom and love is the gossamer thread of our liberation. So strong is this thread that no peace will arise without freedom and love standing together in the two-sided mirror of each life and of our history. We are free to love. To allow our love to appear, we are free not to love. On that freedom rides our peace. A day will come. The lovers, the killers, the babies, and the destroyers will look into each other's eyes and see that we are each other. So strong is this gossamer thread that on that day, when freedom and love stand side by side and gaze at the endless millennia of suffering we have reaped upon each other and nature, we will declare with tears of blood and joy, at last we are together. On that day, the God we are will need to wait no more. We are that. I am that. Thanks for listening today. Hope you find something there. I'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.